Hello and welcome to today's webinar, An ABC of Contract Law, an introduction for legal professionals. Lovely to have you with me today. For those of you that haven't come across me before, my name's Jackie. I was a corporate solicitor in practice. I worked and trained at Taylor Wessing in London. I moved to the Northwest. I was at Panonis and Hammonds in the Northwest, and I specialised in M&A. And as part of M&A, one of the things that you look at a lot are contracts. So we're going to be thinking about contracts today. Now, it is an introduction to contract law, but we're going to cover all of the key points. So we'll start with the fundamentals. We'll look at what a contract is, and then we'll think about privity of contract and why it's relevant in commercial business. We're then going to go through how you form a contract. So we're going to think about all the key elements you need to form a binding contract. And all the way through, we're going to be thinking about practical points. We're going to recap on invitations for treat, and then we're going to go through the key elements that you need for a contract, including offer, acceptance, consideration, intention to create legal relations, and capacity. We'll think about certainty of terms. We'll also talk about pre-contractual documentation and some questions that come up a lot, like what are conditions precedent, what are comfort letters, and should I bother using the heading subject to contract in my emails and in my documents. Once we're happy with how we form a contract, we're then going to look at some of the key clauses you'd expect to see within a commercial contract. So we'll talk about price. We'll make sure we're clear on the difference between warranties and indemnities. We'll talk about exclusion and limitation, term and termination, and we'll also think about what on earth boilerplate clauses are, and we'll look at some common boilerplate clauses like force majeure and assignment, variation, jurisdiction, for example.